Okay, on today's episode, the only episode, probably ever, of this grand show plant review, yesterday I bought a new friend for $16.99 from the corner store. I think that this plant is adorable, and I love him as my son. His name is Darwin. I don't name all of my plants, but I do name some of them when I remember to, since I have a lot of plants. I'm a bit of a crazy plant lady. Just set Darwin right over here. I have another plant right here. He goes on the windowsill in my bedroom, right beside my bed, keeps me company. I don't know what type of plant this is, but it is a low light plant, which is convenient given that my bedroom windows are north-facing. North-facing windows don't get nearly as much sunlight as south-facing windows. A lot of plants, like succulents, do need a lot of light and would not survive in this window right here. But this guy does. And then I've got another one in my room. This guy right here was one of my first plants. I got him when he was just a little contained puff of leaves, and now he's a big boy, very big boy. He sits on top of my bookshelf. I believe his name is the unnamed one. He is a philodendron, which is one of my favorite types of plants because they grow very quickly and look fabulous on top of bookshelves and other things, and they're very easy to take care of. I do forget to water this plant a lot because it's way up there. It also barely needs light. I have one in my bathroom with lovely textured leaves. There's no windows at all in there. Plant review! Moving on with the plant review, this guy right here is a succulent. He's a very big succulent. Again, I don't know what type. I don't remember what a lot of the types of plants are. I just know how to take care of them. And that's what matters. These two are probably, like, the weirdest plants I own. They're, again, a type of succulent. I have no idea, though. They look like just the weirdest, like, little alien trees or something. Like, they're so... and they feel so weird, too. Like, and all of the plants I'm bringing in now go in, like, the other room where there is a window that is more sufficient for them. And I don't want to film over there because you can see out the window the street that I live on. And I don't want to give the internet that information, so I'm just going to painstakingly bring all of my plants in here. Okay? Okay. Plant review! I do unfortunately show favoritism among my children. This is one of my favorite plants that I have. It's a bonsai tree, and it has just the cutest little Y shape, and it actually grows flowers, so you can see right now they're kind of budding right there. I'm very excited. This cactus is near and dear to my heart. It was given to me by some of my wonderful friends when they stayed over at my place earlier this year. They bought me this to, I guess, say thank you for letting them crash at my place for a couple days, which was not needed but also very appreciated because it's so cute. And it has like 4 little stems. And they're like little itty bitty cactuses, and they're so cute. And then I have this cactus right here, which is also very near and dear to my heart because it was my first ever cactus. This guy is a little over 2 years old now. His name is Succulent because when I bought him, I was walking around the plant store with my sister, and I was very excited about getting my first cactus. And I was like, I'm gonna name him something special. She misheard me, and she was like, you're gonna name him Succulent? And I was like, you know what? Now I am. Now I am gonna name him Succulent. So his name is Succulent. I have one more cactus, and is this guy right here, who is in a very disproportionate pot. And yes, I'm aware that it is ideal for cacti and succulents to have some kind of drainage, so that any excess water can escape, because you're not supposed to overwater them. They don't need very much water. But listen, I've had some of these plants for years, and they are alive, and they're fine. I poked myself. That's okay. I still love you. I have never killed a single plant except for this one miniature rose bush that was it just didn't want to live. That thing was suicidal, honestly. So these ones that I'm going to show you now are my adopted children. They were my sister's plants that she could not take care of. This one right here I've had for a couple of months now. It's like a little baby aloe plant. It was very dry and like sucked into itself, and like the leaves were going up very straight. And now it looks so healthy, and I'm so glad. I feel like I nursed it back to health a little bit, so I'm very happy with the way this guy is looking lately. And then two that I got more recently are this cactus right here, which has a lot of like brown, dry spots. I cut some of them off, got rid of them, but I'm hoping this guy will start looking a lot healthier too, because it is a very cool cactus. And the next one is this one right here, which is like a fuzzy looking cactus. It's actually quite soft, it's not prickly. Plant review! I have this guy right here, which is growing very long in the stems lately. When I bought it, it was much more scrunched up. Apparently they do this when they need more light, which I really can't help because I don't have any south-facing windows. I just have a slightly better window than this window. So you know what? And I think they look pretty cool like this, honestly. I kind of like them. This one right here is doing that thing that older succulents do where they're just trying to like escape the pot, basically. I tried growing more from the leaves, you know, that thing you do when you pick off the leaves and then they sprout little roots and then they kind of grow another flower. I tried doing that and I kind of planted it right there, but I don't know if it's going to live. I also took a cutting of this one, which I have in this little pot right here. These ones were candle pots. I just thought they were cute and I didn't want to throw them out, so I put succulents in them. Take notes, kids. These are great aesthetic tips. This one right here, I'm very sad. He's not doing very well right now. This is my aloe plant. This one I've noticed is a lot more sensitive to like sunlight than the other ones. This one really needs a lot of sunlight, and we haven't had that in Toronto lately. It's been really gross outside lately. So this guy hasn't been doing so great over the winter. I hope maybe he will revive, but maybe not. He's been one of the most difficult for me to like take care of with my lack of sunlight in this apartment. So this guy right here is I think a type of tropical plant. I planted it in a pickle jar because honestly, why not? This one was a cutting of a branch from my mom's bonsai tree that she rooted for me and gave it to me in this little cute red pot. And it wasn't doing so well at first. It was like losing a bunch of leaves, and now it looks pretty healthy. So I'm really glad that this one turned out healthy. So these guys right here were kind of experiments of like me seeing if I could grow cuttings from my philodendrons, which clearly I can. I feel like these are really small to grow philodendrons in. I like the way this one is looking though. I have a little shelf that I put all of my plants on. Yes, I have a shelf specifically for my plants. And I like the way this one looks. It kind of dangles off the side. Plant review! This one is another one of my favorite plants that I have. It's growing really wild right now. I'll see if I can insert a picture of this plant when I first bought it. The way the shelf is organized, I can like prop these up on the mason jar of the other plant, and I have like a little pile of rocks to hold this one up. But when I'm just holding it, I feel like I have to hold these up because they've gotten so long and heavy, and they're just like constantly trying to escape. But yes, I absolutely am in love with this plant. I was in love with this plant when I first bought it. His name is Pokey. I think my ex-girlfriend named him after something. I don't know what. But his name is Pokey. And I hate that name. It's stupid, but it stuck. So his name is Pokey. Plant review! Thank you so much for watching this plant review. It's been a wonderful time reviewing my plants for you. If you want to see more of me and my plants, you can follow me on Instagram and Tumblr. And you can also support me on Patreon, which is greatly appreciated considering that YouTube doesn't pay me. And you can watch my last video if you want to know about that debacle. So, get that self-promo. We appreciate you watching my stupid videos. I will see you, friends, in another video very soon.